All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and I know we're a little early with this live stream. I was scheduled for 6:45, but decided to jump on here a little bit early. Just wanted to go a little early, hang out, see if anyone could jump aboard, and talk about this week's episode of Key Issue Spec Show. This is episode number 5. Let me go ahead and run my little intro here. There you are. What's going on, everybody? Like I said, this is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles. We are here for Key Issue Spec Show number 5. This is a show I started about 5 or 6 weeks ago. Wanted to go through some personal books and show you guys what I think is going to be hot or is starting to get hot, and you may see a Marvel or DC movie or show or something along those lines. So with that said, let me get caught up in a chat, see who's here. Michael P., what's going on, brother? How are you? Good seeing you. Jose Perez, what's going on, my man? Finally in on time. Like I said, I went a little early tonight because I got something to do later, and I missed last week's show. This was supposed to air last week, but because I had so much going on, I had to push it off to early this week, and it still made its way to Wednesday. So with that said, I have one book only to show you guys tonight. I have about 6 books that I was hoping to show up that I could show on the Key Issue Spec Show this week. Unfortunately, they haven't shown up in time, so I'm going to stick with the one tonight, but hopefully they'll arrive soon and arrive safe, and we can get on and show you guys all those books as well. But tonight, we have one book to show you guys. So like I said, we've done 4 episodes already. The first one was Amazing Spider-Man number 194, first appearance of Black Cat and Felicia Hardy. The second was all the Black Suit Spider-Man appearances, ASM 252, Superheroes, Marvel Superheroes number 8, Secret Wars number 8, and the team up, I believe it's 141 with that black suit. I think last week was, I forgot, Amazing Spider-Man number 14, first appearance of the Green Goblin, and there was one other, first appearance of the Spider-Woman, Marvel Spotlight 32. So those are the first 4 weeks. We're on week number 5. And without any delay, let me show you guys what my spec book is for this week. It is Marvel Premiere number 15, the first appearance of Iron Fist. Now, this book I am showing you right here is a CGC 7.5 with white pages. I've had this for quite a while on my collection. Take it out once in a while because I do think this is an important book. And I also have 2 raw copies which were picked up recently by me. I always hate going backwards. There you go. So I got 2 raw copies now that I'm holding on to. So this is definitely a key spec issue for me. And let me tell you why. First, let me show you that both of these raw copies are probably around a 6.0 range, I would say. Maybe 5.5, 6.0. They're not near mint, but they're nice looking copies. One of them actually had some like tracing that had been done to it. Somebody put a piece of paper over it and traced the cover, and it was all over the book, and I pressed the hell out of it, and it came out beautiful. So believe it or not, I'll get into prices and what I paid and what they're worth, and we'll go from there. But why do I think this is a key spec issue? Well, let's first start with the defunct Netflix series. That show was awful. I tried to watch the first couple episodes, and I couldn't even get through it. What they did to that character I thought was terrible. The show was terrible. And unfortunately, because I like the Daredevil Netflix show, and I like the Punisher show. I love the Punisher show. I thought that was great. I thought what they did was great. So to me, normally I show you books that I think are on the rise because they may show up in a movie like shortly. I'm showing you this book because I think what's been done to the character has been awful, and the characters to me has been neglected. So it is so affordable. That's why it's a spec issue book for me, because I think it's in rock bottom. When we get into the pricing, and I show you guys, it's just starting to climb now because I think people realize, you know what? Marvel's going to end up using this character. You're going to see Shang-Chi come out, and that's the start of it, I think. You'll end up seeing this character probably within the next, once they start doing the movies again, within 3 years of Shang-Chi coming out. That's my opinion. So you got a little bit of time, but I'm starting to see little spikes here and there. And when I get to GPA, I'm going to show you guys, you'll start to see it as well. So what's going on, Simon R. Bud? Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I agree. It was terrible. It wasn't a good show, which unfortunately, because like I said, the other two were actually really good. My dog is kind of haunting me in the background trying to get out. So if you hear him walking around, that's what he's doing. But as I always do, I want to jump on GPA and show you guys what I'm talking about. So let's see. Can you guys see that? Yes, you can. There you go. I only got one, so I didn't screw it up like the last couple of weeks. So right now you see here is Universal 7.5. That is the CGC that I have. And you can see the average sale, the last sale was $200. Let's scroll down here a little bit. 2020, the low was 155. The high was 257. 2019, 221, 150, and 2018, 250, 128. So that's a big range. It's a $100 range almost between the high and the low. You can see the little graph here, how it's, if anybody follows stock stuff, you'll like me, you'll see the down, and we're kind of have like a rounding bottom right here, and it's starting to creep up a bit. Now's the time to do it. Now's the time to jump in this book. So that's a 7.5. We're going to go down about a 6.0 because that's what I have these other ones graded at. So you have 155, 146, 143, and a 164. So I'm going to take this off for a second. Come back to me. There you go. So like I said, I recently picked up 2 raw copies. And when I tell you what I picked them up for, I picked them up for $90 and $130. So to me, these are right in the sweet spot, right around $100. You're going to have to do some due diligence because I think people are realizing that this book is starting to get some heat. Like I said, if you go on eBay, everything I see is like over $200 for a raw copy around the same grade. So to me, I got one of these off a buddy of mine on Instagram, and I got the other one off a live claim sale. So the cheaper one was off a buddy of mine, and the other one was a live claim sale. I paid a little bit more, but like I said, I knew this book is going to start going. You could kind of see it right now. It's starting to pick up some steam, and right now, because of the no movies being made and stuff like that. Give me a second. I'm letting this guy out because he's haunting the daylights out of me by just pouting. So there you go. I let him out. Like I said, it's starting to creep up, starting to go, and I think people are realizing that on eBay because they're outpricing themselves on it. So you're gonna have to hunt. You're gonna have to search, but you can get a raw copy for $100 on a decent Bronze Age key, in my opinion, an undervalued key. Not a huge character in the Marvel or the Marvel universe, but you don't know what the character is going to be when he finally gets to Disney in the movies, right? He may show up on a show before anything, I think. But like I said, once Shang-Chi hits, I think 3 years after that, you'll start to see him jump on a couple of movies after that, because that's, I think, kind of where they're going. So that is my spec book for the week, guys. It is my only one for this week, unfortunately, because, like I said, I have 6 key books coming. Some I already have copies of, but I wanted to have multiple copies to be able to show you guys and go over pricing, stuff like that. So when they finally arrive, I'll bring those on and we'll go through them one by one. But that's it for this week's weekly spec show, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys can check out and look for this book if you can. If you're looking for a key, especially me, silver and Bronze Age keys are primarily what I go with. Some of the stuff is out of control, like huge first appearances, but some of these bronze keys are so undervalued. Some copper keys too are really undervalued. So to me, now's the time to jump on them, especially the characters they haven't used. Some of the guys they have used, it may be too late. You may have to wait for a dip because you never know who's going to come back. You never know who's not. I think they'll eventually bring some of these characters back in unique ways that you weren't expecting. But they've used some of the big characters already. So now we kind of have to go off to some of the secondary characters, which may become bigger as they do in movies, right? They may become bigger characters, and that's kind of what we're hoping for. I don't do too many DC stuff because I don't think they've handled the characters in the right way. I could have picked, first Batgirl. They have a show already. They haven't taken off because the shows haven't been that great, at least not in my opinion. So let me catch up on the chat a little bit before I sign off. Michael P is asking, when buying a raw copy, make sure that the Marvel value stamp intact prior to purchasing. Of course, that is a huge factor because that is a big deal in any book that you're buying that has more of a value stamp. So don't forget that as well. Like I said, everything goes with its price. You could probably get a cheaper copy if they don't have the value stamp. But to me, I always try to pick up complete books whenever I can. That's just a motto. I don't like resto. I don't like incomplete books if I can avoid them. And I don't like pieces missing out of stuff. Even if they're not complete, I will try to stay away. Even though I do have a couple of bigger books or like small things out that don't affect the story. So that's it for Key Issue Spec Show number 5, guys. I hope you enjoy the show. As always, this is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon.